want to know what kind of conversations we're having in these pods. I just really don't understand how, I mean, I know how you're in love after 10 days. It's the whole new relationship energy. But what conversations are you having in these pods for 2 hours, probably twice a day for 10 days? Once you find your partner, like, what are y'all talking about? Why are things not being shared? What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? I am your girl, Talisa Ray, self-love advocate and wife coach. If it is your first time visiting my channel, come on and stay a while. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell. We are reviewing Love is Blind, Season 7, Episode number 9. I don't know what they're calling it, but I'm just like, what? I'm about to think of something clever, because what? Conversations. It's important to have conversations, but let's go ahead and start off with Garrett and Taylor. They're I don't know where they are, but they have a conversation because mom still ain't feeling her. No matter how much, and I'm gonna say I want to say parents, but I know that it's him and his mom that are having these conversations. I should probably redo this, bud. I know that it is him and his mom, or his mom sending him emails and expressing herself. The way she was crying and just like so disheartened that he would just fall in love with some woman after 20 days. And ma'am, I don't know you, or 10 days. Ma'am, I don't know you. I don't know nothing about you. Like, you know, we be doing too much sometimes as moms. And I feel like right now, mom might be overstepping her boundary. Even if you feel like this isn't a good idea. Are you raising your children to make wise and sound decisions to help them be successful? Are you giving them the tools? Then you absolutely need to trust the things that they do. And I say that from a place of a mom who teeters between, are my children making the right decision? Specifically my oldest one, and have I instilled in him, and I'm just now really your counselor. Come on, talk to me, and I'm gonna give you my opinion, and you have to make the decision. I'm gonna give you all the options so that you can weigh all your options, and I'm gonna lean heavy on the option that I think is best. But it's absolutely up to our children to make the final decision for them for their lives, especially when you're 30+ years old and you're a physicist. He says, you know what, this has nothing to do with you. And it just takes me back to the 4 agreements. Don't take things personally. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with you. I can't remember which agreement that is, but I know that's a heavy one that I lean on because sometimes I can be a little sensitive, and I need to understand that just because somebody is saying something doesn't mean it has anything to do with me. It has everything to do with their life experiences and who they are and what has shaped them, and I'm not gonna hold on to that. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Anyway, they keep having these conversations about going to San Diego, and she's really happy and he's leaning in. And one of the things is, and I really like that he asked the question, what happens? Because if my parents say no, I'm still all in. I'm leaning all into you. I want to marry you in 2 weeks. But what happens if your dad says no? What will you do? Are you still going to go forward? Is this going to be to her detriment? He wants the parents' blessing, she wants the parents' blessing, but the fact of the matter is, what if you don't get it? I mean, I'm 48, y'all, and it took a while to understand that my parents' thoughts and ideas weren't the end-all be-all. I really wish I would have learned that so much sooner, because I would be so much freer and still wouldn't be learning or relearning lessons that I'm learning today. But it's cool. I'm glad of how my life has been shaped. It's not about me. Well, they visit Taylor's friends, and I love that, number one, her friends are accepting. Her friends are happy for her. Her friends can see that she's happy and that this man is bringing her happiness. but also are realistic about you going from Fredericksburg, Virginia to San Diego, and that's something that you've never done. You're going to uproot your entire life for this woman. I'm glad that they did not have a problem talking to them and addressing the concerns that could be looming because in his own mind. And the fact of the matter is, they're happy for her now, but I feel like those are the friends that will support her if things do not go according to plan, and the plan would be for them to get married in 2 weeks. You know what, let me just take a pause, and let me just say, I'm all caught up. It's nice to be all caught up. Okay, we might as well talk about Ashley and Tyler. Let's just talk about Ashley and Tyler right now. When we start off, I'm like, oh cute, they got their own little personal handshake. You know, they're having, they talk about children, who's naming what child, and if we, how many, and da 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 da, 7, and she's all like, no, and he's 3, and da da. You know, they're going back and forth with the children, and they've had this conversation because you think about, you get to name the boy, I'll name the girl. We're watching them. And when we see them now, there's a big issue on that table. There's a big issue on the couch. And it's not that he had children with someone that he was romantic with, but he was a sperm donor, a surrogate sperm donor, and has 3 children. Not like he went to the sperm bank. No. Why would he go to the sperm bank and be anonymous? So these are people that he knows and probably cares for, and they asked him because he seems to be a genuinely good person, right? Seems to have good genetics, right? And so they asked him, and he failed to share that with her in the pods, like, because ultimately, I mean, they're his children, but they aren't his children. Is he in their life? Like, I have a lot of questions, and I feel like no one would have thought that would have been a question that needed to be asked. But now, you got a new one on the table. Are you a sperm donor? Are you a sperm donor? Are you a sperm donor? That's the new one we got to put on the table. I feel horrible for her because not only, like, is he a sperm donor, he knows the family. Are they legitimate qua? Is it because it's a friend and his friend was shooting blanks? Like, I got all the questions for her. We know that there are 2 girls and a boy. I'm sure that somewhere on the internet, okay, there is photos flying around. Shoot them to me, because I probably ain't gonna go look for them. But if I do, then I'll drop it in here. But if I don't, send it to me. I literally wrote, holy fuck. Why are you not sharing important information? You said that she was a safe space. You said that you were comfortable with her. I know why. You were afraid that you were going to lose her. So let me have her fall in love with me about all of these things. But now you've done a disadvantage because you've changed her entire life and her perspective of you. She said, we have lost our superpower. And I believe that superpower was vulnerability and a relationship built on trust and understanding. You don't trust me. And he should have said something sooner than later so that he could have been out of there if nobody wanted to be bothered with a man who had 3 children as a surrogate sperm donor. It feels like, I know I said it, but I'm going to say it again. It feels like he tricked her. He entrapped her. Because I genuinely believe that he is really a good guy. I genuinely believe it. But now I'm all like, but you're omitting information. So I'm asking you guys, is omission a lie? Do you think that him not sharing equates to him lying to her about the situation? I'm asking because I need to know. I like that she's honest and that she's putting things on the table, because they in their 30s. So if it was me and I'm in my 40s, I probably would have a different outlook. Like, great, I'm glad you were able to help somebody, because I'm not having no more kids. you can do whatever you can do, whatever you like, different outlook. But this woman is looking to start a relationship, a marriage, a family with you. And she said you could have brought this up numerous times. My favorite time would have been in the pods. My favorite time would have been when you were laying things out on the line. My favorite time would have been when you had decided, I'm in love. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. My favorite time. The perfect time would have been before I was truly vested. Before I was planning our wedding. Before I told everybody how much I was in love and you are him and I'm marrying you in 2 weeks. Before. But I am going to say this. I like that he's apologetic. It feels sincere. I also like that he wants a chance to prove. I also like that he wants to fight for her. But I'm with her. Is love enough? Like, she wants to see paperwork that says you have no responsibility with these children. But even in that, if something happens to the parents, like I said, are they legitimate qua? If something happens to the parents, hopefully the grandparents will step in. But do you become responsible? Not if you have paperwork in place. But they actually have your DNA. They're actually walking around probably looking like you, light-skinned redhead boy. Like, what? Anyway, let's keep going, but I might come back to them. I might, because it's really a disappointment for me, because they looked like they had commitment. They looked like they had communication, and it seemed like that they were willing to compromise. And so that whole communication piece is now missing. You did not share some very vital information, even though that would not be our direct family, right? What y'all think? Am I being too hard on him? No, he should have shared. I don't care. That's my new thing that I say instead of saying I don't give a fuck. I say I don't care. He should have divulged that information in the pods before. Okay, let's talk about Hannah and Nick. I'm all like, why is she cooking with her jacket on? Why do these people do that? Why are you sitting in the house at your mama's house with your jacket on? What's happening? Oh, you want to be formal? Take that dang jacket off. Well, her brother comes to visit, and I'm really glad to see her brother, which is amazing that he wasn't there when she sat with her parents. Like, did they disown him because he's gay? Why wasn't he there? Maybe just timing. Talisa, don't go speculating and making stuff up, because I will make up a whole scenario in my head, okay? She's constantly judging him. She's constantly judging him. He couldn't make a pot of water to boil pasta. He didn't know how. She's constantly judging him. And I've come to realize that he just doesn't want to disappoint her. He doesn't want to upset her. He wants to make her happy. So yeah, how much water do I put in? Answer the question. It's easy. You might be annoyed that the man can't boil water, but be like, fill half the pot up. And just make sure you cover the noodles. Put some salt in the water and let it boil. Now, I put more than salt in my water. You know, I put a whole lot of seasoning in my water for my noodles. Depending on the type of noodle I'm making or the type of meal I'm making will determine the seasonings that go in there to boil in the water with the noodles, okay? But you're supposed to at least put salt. Tell him that. Put a little oil in there so they don't stick together. Like a little bit. I don't think that would have been a lot. Nevertheless, I also recognize she takes all the jabs and cannot handle them. The moment he says, oh, well, what else you gonna do? You unemployed. Like, you've been jabbing at him, honey, since day one. Since the day y'all actually laid eyes on one another. Since the day you saw him. I saw you. That's the wrong song. Nevertheless, you got to be able to dish out. Take what you can dish out. She's sensitive. She can't. The brother also says, like, yeah, she be throwing digs at me too. And that's my problem with her. Like, he's in agreement that she doesn't know how to be kind to them. Like, she is bossy. Now, when Nick meets her family, I wrote she's bossy with her parents. I wrote that the mama was like, relax, calm down, relax, take it easy. But come to find out, and she got put out at 18. Like, she had to be on her own at 18. Like, there was no grace. But I'm also, and I wrote down his, wrong people. I also really like that her parents were like, stop nitpicking, stop overthinking, stop being over analytical, because you're not going to like everything about everybody all the time. You're never going to be in a relationship if you think that people come out perfect the way that you want them to. Hey, compromise, there's that C. Then he said, this, you know, they were like, oh, he can give you a massage. And she was like, he won't give me a massage. He won't even suck my toes. The dad was like, what? I was like, girl, that might be the deal breaker. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But am I? No, I'm just kidding. Nevertheless, we're gonna keep it pushing. Then we meet mixed parents, and I'm all like, his parents are so sweet. They are so accepting of his decisions. They were like, okay, it must be for real, because he ain't never said he was in love with anybody, and we can also see how wonderful you are and all the things. But also shares that the mama is a little like the one in control, just like Hannah. So I mean, that's what he's used to, because the dad was like, your mom had to show me a lot of things. She had to teach me a lot of things. The fact that they're willing, though, for somebody to teach them something is also really big. I just don't like the belittling. I just don't like that. And she's 26, which is old enough for her to figure out how to talk to people. But I like that these men are open to learning new things and receiving direction and guidance from people that they claim to love. I wrote down, oh, she like pineapples. Is y'all swingers? Girl, is y'all swingers? You could tell me. You swingers. Then I wrote down, like, she's telling him about the things that Hannah's telling the mom, Mrs. Dorka, about the things that she doesn't like. And I'm all like, are you trying to tell her that she raised her son wrong? Nah, that ain't it. Excuse me. Fortunately, the mom is like, it might be my fault. I pampered my children. I wanted them to have everything that I did not have. And like I said, they are definitely coming from two different upbringings. And I'm glad that Hannah recognizes that, because she had to be out on her own at 18, and he gets to stay at home with his parents at 28, and they get to coddle him and love on him. Listen, what is the saying? Well, mothers raise their daughters and love their sons. Two different families, but it's still kind of evident. Tim and Alex, there wasn't much about them, but I feel like episode 10, when it drops, because I'm all caught up, is going to be they're gonna have some things to work through. Tim is absolutely neat and organized. Okay, they're like night and day, because we go into Alex's house and it is total chaos. Stuff everywhere, in the closet, in the living room, in the, like, I feel like in your personal space, your room can be as chaotic as you want. But community spaces, but I guess the only community is her. So guess what? Don't judge her, judge your mama. Because she can live how she wants to. I'm hoping that they can find compromise, because that's going to drive him nuts if she's just throwing her stuff around and not picking up her stuff. But it's just her. Oh, I do got one more. Oh, yeah. Marissa and Ramses. Ramses meets Marissa's mother. And the mom, first thing she says is, y'all look like siblings. I don't think they look like siblings. I think they both just have that beautiful caramel complected skin. Caramel complected skin that's smooth and looks like buttery beautifulness. That's it. And that they're both biracial. That's it. Her mom is hardcore, no nonsense, I don't give a fuck energy. Now, though Marissa is very upbeat, energetic or whatever, I feel like she does carry that energy that her mom carries. Mom is like, I don't like your look. Because Marissa or the sister, somebody said it, and she was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. You got that break dancing, you know, y'all remember Electric Boogaloo? Okay, aging myself. Electric Boogaloo Jerry curl kind of look. Well, that's his hair. It's curly. He just got some stuff in it to make it look shiny. She is not giving him an inch to breathe. And I guess they've been having words. Marissa and her mother have been having words about her being in love, because Marissa has been very open about how she feels about Ramses. And the mom is like, yeah, she's kind of bitchy. She's kind of bossy. She was also, you know, probably, she had some rank in the military, so that probably comes with it too. Also, the mom is skeptical about everything. There's nothing that this man can say that is going to make her mother feel differently. Number one, it's because her mother is jaded and bitter about love and marriage. She says nothing lasts forever. I would agree, nothing lasts forever. But we can get damn close. We could be together until one of us passes away, transitions to the other side. Her mom does not have like the hopeful gene. Her mom does not see the good in people automatically. Speaks volumes on why her children are so upbeat. You know how they say you can always look at how someone was raised and what their home life was like, and it'll tell you a lot about them. So like, I heard that comedians ask a comedian, it was one comedian that said this and I can't remember, but they said, oh, you must have grew up in a really funny home. And he was like, no, my parents were depressed, so I had to be a jokester so that I wouldn't be depressed. Anyway, Marissa goes to the bathroom so that the family can talk. And baby, when I tell you she lit into her about a damn prenup, lit into him, excuse me, about having a prenup with her daughter. Like, I don't want you to come for her money. My children have worked way too hard. Matter of fact, what is it that you do? I don't want her taking care of you. I don't want to have to come down there and take care of the kids. That's why she called her bitchy and bossy. Like, he gonna be a stay-at-home dad. They didn't say that because Marissa was like, she want to be able to stay home and take care of her kids. That ain't what she told him in the pods. What she said in the pods is, I want to go to work. How do you feel about staying home with these kids? Did I misunderstand that? Did I miss something? Because that's what I remember. And I like that Marissa, you can see that her and her mother love one another, but also that Marissa's like, it's my decision. If I want a prenup, I'll get a prenup. That's just what it is. If you get rich, you ain't gonna walk away with all my money. Ramses is really like, I don't want her for her money, and billionaires are corrupt and so are millionaires. I mean, we're seeing that to be true. Hello, look at the presidential candidate, okay? Look at Diddy. I mean, look at these people. It's a lot of people, but those are the people that are big in the headlines right now. And then I wrote down, I do love check-ins, and I love that she asked, how do you feel? Are you still gonna marry me in 2 weeks? I love to be able to check in. Can we check in? Can we see where we stand? And one of their big conversations is about sex and birth control, because she wants to have children sooner than he does. He's looking 3 to 5 years. She's 31. She's like, I don't want to have kids at 34. Like, there are a lot of things that are happening. There are a lot of complications. There are a lot of genetics that come into play as you get older and you have children. You know, I mean, it happens no matter what. It could happen no matter what age you are. But when you get 35 and over, it becomes a higher risk for genetic defects, right? So I understand that. She really doesn't. When she said, I guess I gotta get back on birth control, and it sounds like she doesn't want to. He doesn't want her to do anything that with her health. So they're like, oh, we're gonna use condoms, and she's all like, he's like, condoms are a no for him because sex is uncomfortable. And she's like, I've had good sex with that. He's like, I need to have good sex. I'm just here to tell you, he does not want to wear a condom. So they're gonna play Russian roulette, or they're gonna wear this condom. Because when we look and we see them in the future, there's a big like thing about condom sex. Barrier sex is what we call it. There's a big discussion about it. He doesn't want to have it. They have not been having it. They've been raw dogging it. Okay, evidently they've taken tests and stuff. You know, is that a requirement before they go on the show? I don't think that it is. I think that it is your responsibility to share your results or go and have the test done. And these people were having sex in Cabo. Okay, in Cabo maybe they were using condoms, but after that, when we get back home, when we get back to the States, we're gonna go over to this clinic over here, and we're gonna have tests together. Because, yeah. Well, that ends this entire episode. And yeah, tell me what you thought about it. Tell me now. Where do you see Ashley and Tyler? They break my heart. I wonder if they continue. Is she always going to think about these 3 children that he helped to create, even though they're not his and he was doing a favor? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, I don't know. I know when I was younger, because now I'm too old. If a friend of mine would have asked me to carry their child, or a family member would have asked to carry their child to term because they couldn't, I would have wholeheartedly, hands down, done that. Even would have used one of my own eggs if it was someone who was in my family. Like, so I would literally have to consider it. And so I think she just needs some time to think about it. I don't know. What would you do? What would you do? How do you feel? I am your girl, Talisa Ray. Thank you so much for watching my review of Love is Blind Season 7, Episode 9. Y'all, give me all the deets down below in the comments. I think I said this already, but we're going to say it again. It's fine. Click the subscribe button. Become a ray of sunshine. Click the notification if you're already one or you're becoming one, so you're alerted of when I upload videos. Also, share it with your people. Let them know, hey, go listen to her. Go see what she got to say. She be saying some stuff. Some of it I agree with, some of it I don't, but that's what we're here for, to operate in love and kindness, and we can absolutely disagree. It's okay. As always, I want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. But baby, ask the right questions to yourself and to others so that you can figure it out. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next review.